Hello, my name is Gracie and I made a tag. What? So I went to Infinity War yesterday. It's still not okay, but I decided I'd make an Avengers Infinity War book tag. Look at this beautiful popcorn bucket though. So I have some questions and I have my answers ready and I'm going to be tagging people in the description. And just know that some of the questions and the things I'm going to be talking about will spoil Infinity War. So if you do not want to be spoiled, wait until after you watch Infinity War to watch this video. And if I tag you and you haven't seen Infinity War yet, feel free to wait until you see it. So the first 6 questions have to do with the Infinity Stones. And the first question is the Space Stone, a book that isn't set in this world. And so for that, I picked Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I really like this book, and there's a lot of books I could have picked, but I, for some reason, gravitated toward this one. So yeah, this book is set kind of in some weird fantasy place that's sort of realistic at first, but it's not doesn't seem to be on Earth. I mean, it could be, but I don't think it is, so. And the second question has to do with the Mind Stone. So the Mind Stone question is pick an extremely intelligent character. So you could, it could be a character that is more on the genius side or is on the wise side of intelligence. But I picked Charlotte Holmes from A Study in Charlotte. She's both, she's a good problem solver and she's really more on the genius side. And I really like her character development and her character, and I highly recommend this series. The next Infinity Stone is Reality. For the Reality Stone, the question is a book that defies the laws of reality, not gravity, reality. And for that, I picked Furthermore by Tahira Mafi, which is about this town called Farronwood and the girl in it named Alice, who's colorless, which seems to make her magicless, but she goes to Furthermore to find her father and ends up finding her own magic and place in the world. When I say a book that defies reality, it can be any fantasy that has magic. It can be something that happens that isn't really normal to happen. Really anything that you think of. It can be really imaginative book like Alice in Wonderland would work. Literally any high fantasy, any urban fantasy. There's a lot of things that you could pick. Science fiction, just anything that comes to mind. The next question has to do with the Power Stone. The Power Stone question is a dangerous, powerful character. And that I picked Nashira from the Bone Season. She is the villain in the Bone Season. She's very powerful because she has a lot of ties with other powerful people. And she's very dangerous to the main characters in this book. And also really like the series, highly recommend. So that is that question. The Time Stone, your favorite book from a different time, either past or future, just not the present. And for that, I picked Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. This is from the past. This is a World War II historical fiction about a girl named Lena who is deported from Lithuania by the Soviet secret police into a work camp in Siberia. So it's really good, highly recommend. And remember, you can also pick a book from the future or the past, or you can say one from both if you'd like. And finally, the last stone, Infinity Stone, is the Soul Stone. And for that, you are to pick a character that you relate to on a spiritual level. So a lot of people, when they think of spirit something, they think of a spirit animal or something that they really relate to. So I am asking you to pick a character that you are very similar to. and you do not have to be the same gender as this character. You do not have to look like this character. It is more of a personality thing. So I picked Park from the Eleanor and Park book by Rainbow Rowell because I really relate to Park on kind of like a sarcastic, kind of like hopeless romantic, comic book, kind of like nerd, but still like not, I don't know. I really, really like this book. I really like Park. Park is one of my favorite characters in a contemporary book. The next question, or part of the tag, is Teenage Groot, a cliche YA book that you love. So I did this because Teenage Groot is like the epitome of a teenager that everyone thinks of when they think of like a cliche teenager. So I was thinking of a cliche YA book that you love because everyone loves Groot. Teenage Groot was amazing. I loved him. So the book I picked for that is The Sun Is Also Starred by Nicola Yoon. This book is cliche, but at the same time it isn't. I tend to not really like cliche books, but I went with this one because it's a very like love at first sight type cliche contemporary. So yeah. Next question is Hulk or Bruce, and what you have to do for this is pick a frustrating book or character. The reason I did this was because Bruce couldn't really turn into Hulk, and it was really frustrating, and I thought it was kind of dumb, and it just kind of was annoying. So, frustrating. So I just went with that. And the frustrating book I picked was The Retribution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hadkin. This is the third book in the Mara Dyer trilogy. The first two books were really good. I really loved them. This one was weird. It was frustrating. That's all I really have to say. Guardians and Avengers meeting. Characters that you think should meet. They can either be from the same book and they haven't met before, or from completely different books and you feel like they would be good friends. So my answer for this is the 6 people in this book. Nina, Wylan, Matthias, Inej, Kaz, Jesper. And the people of the Night Court, especially in A Court of Mist and Fury, but I just grabbed this. And I feel like especially like Azriel and Kaz, or Azriel, and like all of them, and like Nina and more Amryn and Inej, Kaz and like Kaz and Azriel, Jesper and Cassian. Like, I feel like they would be really good friends, so that's what I thought for that. The next one is Thanos, a villain that you hated with all of your heart. So if you don't hate Thanos, you can make up your own question, but like, Thanos did a lot of bad things that I don't want to talk about ever. Thank you very much. A character, or a villain that I completely hate is Anderson, the leader of the Supreme Commander of Sector 45 in the Shatter Me series. Yeah. Last question is both a question for you about Infinity War and to tie it to a book, and it is Ashes. I know. A plot twist or character death that completely surprised you or that you weren't ready for. And so, make sure to warn for spoilers when you save this answer. I'm going to start with the book, and the book I'm choosing from is by Jennifer Niven. It's All the Right Places. The plot twist / character death that I wasn't ready for was Finch's death in this book. So I don't really want to talk about this. And then the Infinity War question to go with it is, what was the saddest death in Infinity War for you personally? And for me, it was Peter Parker's, because Tom Holland's acting was really good. It actually, like, I was so close to crying, and it was just really heartbreaking. And he's like 15, 16. And if you didn't catch this, he said sorry right before he died, because in Spider-Man Homecoming, Tony's talking about how if other people die, that's on Peter, but if Peter dies, that's on Tony. And it just made, I realized that, and I saw it somewhere, and I was like, it just made the whole thing like 10 times more sad, and I wasn't ready. And I just, that was the saddest death, and I just didn't, I don't want to talk about Infinity War anymore. Anyways, that is my tag. I will be tagging a bunch of people in the description, so please look to see if you're tagged. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I upload usually every Friday and sometimes Tuesday, but for this video, I wanted to get it out right away. So, should be here before Tuesday. Bye!